Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today I'm with Mikhail Grant with his yellow and green Broly BR deck that he took to top 16 at Nats list last weekend. How you doing, Mikhail?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Nice to be on here.
Yeah, awesome. Did you going into this tournament? Did you have top 16 expectations for this deck? Were you feeling really good, or what were you thinking going in?
I was thinking I was gonna be number one.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go in there, because all my SD locals, we're very competitive.
Sure, sure.
So we pegged either me or Eric Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who also got top
come home.
16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went there to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. That's about it.
Yeah, and your results definitely, back that up. I think you did very well for this deck, especially since this was a day one deck for this event, right? This is a lot of or some of these cards in this deck were released the day that this tournament was.
Yeah. I mean, as far as my being known, I don't really go to a lot of tournaments
Mm-hmm.
outside of the West Coast,
Sure.
like my schedule and work.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of other people know me. Like I met
Mm-hmm.
Anthony early on in the DVS days. So
Mm-hmm.
if I did do more tournaments, I would be all over the scene. But I go
Sure.
whatever I can, and if I do go, I try and do my best.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I get the same thing. I'm stuck in Kansas most of the time. There's no tournaments around here, so the ones I go
Yeah.
to, I got to make count. But let's go into the actual deck. So the idea for this deck is kind of like a mid range kind of beat, but still aggressive, right? Is that how you'd say it was?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's very versatile. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
liked about it.
Yeah.
I can go straight up aggro if I need to against Shenron decks,
Mm-hmm.
or if I'm forcing another aggro deck, I can just be a turtle, just
Mm-hmm.
outvalue them until they're at nothing,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can go either way. And the best part about it is, I before this, I got number one in Swiss with U6 Kava,
Mm-hmm.
and energy lockdown is just so good.
It
So for
is.
this brawler to be able to do that too,
Mm-hmm.
it was just it was just made for me. I was just like, all right, cool. I got another energy lockdown deck. I got more control.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Yeah, this is one of my. I try to make this before as well, and I think it's a really cool idea, and especially with all the new cards from the Miraculous collection. So let's just jump into some of the cards because you made a lot of I'd say creative decisions and choices for this deck, which I believe like part of the reason I think this deck did so well is a lot of people weren't expecting some of the cards you played. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. When I make decks, I like to make decks that aren't linear.
Mm-hmm.
Like Toa is very linear.
Yeah.
Turn one, two, three, four play.
Mm-hmm.
With this deck, there's so many options that I'm not gonna do the same play most
Yeah.
of the time. Against certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So it can do a lot of things.
Yeah, and just making your opponent uh, not be comfortable with what you're doing can just really be a good way to do that. So, the idea for this deck is to just get some big boy threats out there, like the Great Up Bardock, Raider's Warcry, and also the new 6-drop Broly All Out Assault. What this guy does is he has a rival for green yellow, and when you play this card or when this card is switched to active mode by a skill during your turn, so you can use your Awakened Leader's ability to untap it. Choose one battle card with energy cost greater than or equal to your opponent's current energy and KO it, or draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's cards and switch to rest mode. Which one of these two effects would you say was more valuable?
Definitely the energy lockdown.
Okay, yeah, and you can lock down energy, you can lock down battle cards, you can even lock down leaders with this, right?
Yeah, definitely
Mm-hmm.
the switching to rest mode. I used the switch to leader. I want to say twice. I definitely in my first match against the starter Brawly because
Mm-hmm.
he attacked with like a 6-drop. I
Yeah.
out comboed, arrived, and then I rested his leader. So now he couldn't draw back all those cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really big thing too, because if you rest their leader before they swing, they can't get the card draw from even attacking.
Exactly. So that game was pretty much free after
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
Yeah. And so pretty much after those, and then I'd say two other like pressure win conditions is you have one of each Mira. So you've got the one from the Dragon Brawl, which is a double strike, and then when you play this card, draw one card. Then at the start of your opponent's next main phase, choose one card in your energy, switch to active mode. So, and then also Mira, who It's both. I'd say both these are good. Did you just try to have two of one of them and just decided that it was better to have one of each?
So my reason behind that because honestly I hate Mira,
Mm-hmm.
the Overwhelm 4.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that card should be banned.
Mm-hmm.
But again, he's too good of a card to not play, you
Sure.
know. So
Especially when you can untap
I
it,
did
right?
well the original Mira, the one for like the
Y-
Android toy,
Yeah. Yeah.
the Warp 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I played one of him, and then the new one from Dragon Ball. Basically, he was there if I didn't want to commit to an energy, if I was being a turtle
Mm-hmm.
against certain matches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that energy back, so he gets a free 30k attack if I need to. So he's
Mm-hmm.
basically there if
And he
I want to
even
play
replaces
defensive.
himself because you get to draw one. So it's like no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not committing. I'm just doing damage when I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being a turtle and going at you.
Yeah. And so some other cards to talk about. So you're running four cell, which is great for one, just keeping advantage while being defensive. I think Golemite's the same thing. You only get the extra 5k when it's your turn, but I still think it's one card that can trade for two other combo cards, right? So you get value there,
Yeah.
and you're already
With the
wanting
goal,
to. Oh, go for it.
so with the goal mice, they just add up. They get beefy, it's for
Mm-hmm.
the whole turn, so
Mm-hmm.
they're really great for that.
Yeah, and you need to, have a green and yellow card in your combo area for Broly to do a rival. So just having a card that, over combos can make your opponent really fearful for it. And then we also have like
Yeah.
Paragus, the forebear. This card's super good, but I feel like it's only restricted. Like I don't like the restriction that it's only to yellow Broly BR cards as leaders, but being able to combo with this card, and then if you need it for a rival, you can play a rival, and then afterwards you can just put in the drop area and draw one. I think that's just pretty good. It's a really cool effect. I hope that we see more of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they wanted Broly to win that. I was like, come on, like
Hmm.
there's so many support for this yellow leader. He
Hmm.
was he was my pick to win that
Yeah,
easily. So
yeah. I mean, he's he's probably by and large like the best leader in this game right now. And then they just like here's a bunch of specific support for him too the day of. Good luck. So um, and then let's
yep.
see the other cards you added to this. You've got three of each of the newfound power Son Gohan and Fearless Assault Krillin, both just for some early pressure. Being able to do a 15k crit. I really like your inclusion of the negotiator Krillin.
Um,
Oh, go for it.
yeah, no, you were right on the Krillin and
Hmm.
Gohan's.
Okay. But the Krillin I really like being able to. Sure, you're probably gonna have to use one energy, but this can go +2 because if you can use it, get rid of one of their super combos, and then you still have your combo there. And then it's a green card, which means that if you just combo with a yellow, you can once again use a rival with Broly.
Yeah, he was actually a last minute. I'm kind of scared of the mirror matches type thing.
Hmm.
So my other roommate and San Diego native was Anthony Alvarez.
Hmm.
You might have seen his deck profile with the Shenron Spirit Bomb deck. He
Okay.
almost made top cut, but barely missed it. But anyway, so he was just trying to figure out how to survive. He decided to put in Krillin, and he was
Hmm.
like, "Oh my God, like why did nobody tell me about this card?" Because I was like, "Well, it's not really used a lot because one, Green was never on the radar before, and
Hmm.
two, you have to pull energy to play him,
Hmm.
and stuff like that."
Yeah.
So all the things I was telling him was reasons why I never really wanted to use him, but then losing to Eric, practicing that night, I was like, let me just try him out, whatever. If nothing else, he's gonna be a green charge for me,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
really what it was.
Hmm.
I really didn't end up using him at all during the tournament.
Okay.
Um, if I had some more time, I probably would have utilized some other green card,
Hmm.
but I mean, it was just like it was an idea at the time that okay, like he might be like a nice little safety net,
Yeah.
but I really didn't end up using him too much. West
Hmm.
Kai was more of the go-to defensive in the mirror match.
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about him too. I think he was a good choice. Other cards in here. One Father Son Kamehameha. Was this useful or was it just mostly just a green card?
It was useful. I think I did pop up Brawly,
Mm-hmm.
started like Brawly, joined the tournament.
Yeah.
Basically, he was there for early big drops.
Yeah.
Started like
Mm-hmm.
Brawly, baby stuff, anything that can come out big and early. That
Mm-hmm.
and just get rid of it smoothly.
Yeah. And then you also have two of this new Frieza. So if your leader card is yellow, when you play this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It's an energy cost of 6 or less and negate skill for duration of the turn. How often did you play this guy?
He came in like clutch against the starter Brawly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did it both games against him to negate his 6 drop or 8 drop and then kill him that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a really good combination. I
there
like
was
that.
Yeah. Also, he was there for that and U6 matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Like negate a Champa
Mm-hmm.
and just leave them dead in the water. So anything like that, that's why that Frieza was there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like that Champa, just being able to your opponent's tapped out, but they have a bunch of 10Ks in hand and think they're safe, and then you just play one energy, say, hey, Champa and Vados, all your stuff is full cost again, and then also it loses the protection that it needs. So if you can blow it up, then it's just in a bad time.
Yeah. Also, multiple blockers. If I already used my leader's ability, and maybe if I already used
Mm-hmm.
the 6 drop Brawly, I could just, play that Frieza, negate another blocker, and then
Mm-hmm.
go for game or whatever.
Yeah, I saw like a kind of like a bit of a resurgence of blockers in the past couple of weeks. So that would be a good card for that as well. I think the only last card. So we've got three Zamasu, the Undying. So this is active battle for one. Play this card from your hand, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards at any cost of one and KO it. How many times were you able to kind of like sneak this in against your opponent? Like, was this often like they think they're one drop is safe and then you play this, or how did it go?
So the game that I really needed it, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't see it at all, and
Mm.
that had me so tilted. I mean, I still won the matchup. It was against a red aggro Kidku player.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, so first game, he actually won
Mm-hmm.
because I thought he would be like another Kidku deck, but I was totally off. So he aggroed me down pretty good. I didn't see
Mm-hmm.
the Zamasu to stop his one shot plays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, I just switched up my game plan. I just went straight turtle
Uh-huh.
because I noticed that his size got low pretty quick. So I just turtled up, used all my cells, apes on his turn,
Mm-hmm.
Brawly, all that stuff. Again, if I saw the Zamasu against his one drops, it would have been a lot easier. But I didn't see Zamasu, but that's why he's there to,
Mm-hmm.
kill one drop if they're going early or if they dare go for game and don't know and they go all in and then boom,
Mm-hmm.
your one drop is dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wish I saw him during that game, but I didn't.
Yeah. In worst case, it's just combo fodder for a rival.
Exactly.
And then after that, so four negates, two time magic, two nimbus. Do you think that was the correct split, or?
Yeah, I definitely felt safe with 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in my seventh round match against a Shenron ramp,
Mm-hmm.
he he had a Kaioken on board, and then he got a Gogeta on board. Uh, Mind you, I did survive that because he misplayed hard,
Uh-huh.
but he Gogeta me, and I was like, please God, I need a negate right now. And I
Uh-huh.
drew into the time magic, and I was like, yes. So
Yeah,
I
time
like
magic
having
can
two
be
and two.
so good against them because especially if they waste the triple attack on it and you just play time magic, they just feel so bad.
Yeah. So I like 2 and 2 ratio with that.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess the last thing, so only one chomp in the main. Do you think that was? Did you see him enough, or would you have rather that was bumped up to two?
So one mirror and one Champa because I feel like uh, any non-mirror match
Mm-hmm.
that's good enough for me.
Uh huh.
Versus other mirror matches, I definitely put in the other mirror and Champa because that's just the finisher you need for
Yeah.
that mirror match.
And Chompa pairs really well
Also,
with Newfound Power and Fearless Assault, so I could see that being, just double strike crit is super good.
yeah. So most mirror matches I would put them both in.
Okay, cool. So that's the main deck, and let's go to the side. So we've got four Weskai keeping watch. So really, what this guy's for is when you combo his card, choose it to one of your opponent's one card in your opponent's combo area and return it to your owner's hand. I'm guessing we're kind of in a meta where 10K combos like a lot of decks use them now. It used to be just 5K combos only, but since I think 10k combos are so prevalent, this is a really good way to say, negate their one energy and also out combo the whatever they did, right? Is that how you saw it?
Yeah, pretty much
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that, and against apes. So if they were trying to put in an ape on the field,
Mm-hmm.
just bounce it back to their hand.
Yeah, that's a good point too, because you can bounce back their Bardock, and then they use two energy, and then they're like, why did I just do that?
Yeah, they're stuck with that turn.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So two more negotiated Krillin. We kind of talked about him. Another newfound power Son Gohan, just for if you need to be more aggressive. Two Mutaido
Yep.
skill of a sage. Did you use them very often?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I used them. Probably I think it was my fifth or sixth round match against a strictly Shenron Gogeta deck.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought out Gogeta. I played Mutado,
Uh huh.
and then from there, played by turn. So he kept me alive.
Sure. Cool. Um, and then two Heavenly Wizard Demigra was. I'm guessing this is mostly for Star Deck Broly, but is there anything else that this hits right now? I'm not really knowledgeable in that.
Baby stuff. Yeah,
Baby stuff. Okay, that's a
Brawly
good
and
point.
baby.
Yeah, good point there.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I'm seeing
oh,
seeing
go.
baby win Latin America, and being so prevalent. I was like, I'm not gonna skimp on baby, so I'll just side deck to it just in case as
Sure,
well.
sure. One more Champa and Mira that we've talked about, and then two Tien. I'm guessing it's just auto include when you're playing against like Chinimba or anything like that.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we saw that when um, people were not siding in TN,
Mm-hmm.
Janema came back and won a couple tournaments. So
Yeah,
you kind of always have to have at least one or two TNs.
yeah, I agree. It's such a good card. In worst case, it's a 15k for one energy, and when you're trying to be aggressive, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
Um, cool. So that's the deck. I really like your build. I think a lot of people who try to make the yellow green, they kind of hard spec into like multicolor, but the only multicolor card you have is the six drop. Did you ever think about going more of the multicolored yellow green and being able to put like the multi counters, or did you think this was the just the best way automatically?
So when I first made the initial build,
Hmm.
I did try the Krillin and Android 18 as well.
Yeah, that was a
But
good
as soon as
card.
I started playing with it, yeah, it's a good card. It has its uses, but I just felt like it was just too cloggy.
Hmm.
Too many 10Ks. Um, and then for me, I don't ever charge multi,
Hmm.
so seeing too many in would just make me mad. So
Sure.
I just cut those. I didn't like the extra card. I didn't think it was needed because I already had the four drop. He's basically a two drop anyway.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't see any reason to run the multi extra card when the four drop is basically a two drop whenever you wanted to.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know if you had experimented with it as much. I've made one that I had that with, and I did feel it was a bit clunky at times with having the what you had to charge and everything. So I'm really glad that yours did as well as it did. Real quick, can we go over your matchups for the weekend?
Yeah. So if I could remember correctly, my first match was starter Brawly,
Mm-hmm.
and then I know I played two Kitkus.
Uh
One
huh.
Kitku was a blue
Uh
variant.
huh.
He was also the guy that got top eight
Okay. Cool.
in at
Yeah.
So that was a very close match. The worst match for me is Kitku, so
Mm-hmm.
um, I, I I squeaked that out.
Yeah.
No lie, I should have lost that match, but we squeaked it out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the other Kitku match was red variant, red aggro. That match was a lot easier for me because, like I said, with him I could just turtle up.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really do that with the blue variant.
Yeah.
So the red variant I felt was a lot easier, so I took that one. I played two Shenron decks, so a Shenron, strictly Shenron Gogeta, and then a Shenron Ram.
Uh huh.
Won both of those pretty decisively.
Yeah. I could see
And
this being
then
able to just be aggressive enough to go off on them.
yeah, I mean, if I draw a Krillin and a Gohan early,
Mm-hmm.
that usually sets everything in motion. And then even if they side in a West Kai or whatever to tech, I just go towards turn two. I just go towards six drop Brawly
Mm-hmm.
and don't even try to combo the 8. So
Yeah.
again, there's multiple ways to go at them.
Yeah.
The other match was a red, blue, yellow Janimba.
Okay.
So that was a pretty good match.
Was
But
that
the player was
Daehan or Pat? I don't remember which one ran those colors, but maybe it was Pat O'Neill.
it was definitely one of their versions
Okay.
because it had the topo and the Majin Buu,
Yeah,
but
the
that was come
topo is
back.
the new tech for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first time playing against it,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy was very skillful. I could tell by how he was playing it and everything like that. But again, he just didn't know my build. He didn't know what was coming. So
Mm-hmm.
first game, I took it with like I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 life left in deck,
Uh-huh.
and then second game I sided in TN. He tried to mill me more by playing the 4 drops,
Uh-huh.
and when he did that, next turn played TN and he was done.
Yeah. Sure. And then
And then I
oh.
think yeah I played Eric Ramirez,
Mm-hmm.
and I played 2 Brawlies. So
Mm-hmm.
those were my matchups: 2 blue, yellow apes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Eric was the only person you lost against too in your entire 7-1 round, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Eric Ramirez,
Yeah.
good old Eric.
And then your top 16, you played Eric as your first match, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, what are the chances of that? I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, dude, give me a break.
And
Like,
you guys practiced together too, so he pretty much knew this deck also, right?
yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a little unfortunate on that, but otherwise, I think you had a really great run for this tournament, and you're probably happy with how you did, but I'm happy for you too. About once again,
Thank
it's
you.
really tough to like it's really nerve wracking for me to just play cards when they come out day one, and you either go OX or XO, and I think this is a really good success story.
Yeah, no, if you took the time to practice with it beforehand, like,
Mm-hmm.
the weeks to at the least,
Yeah,
you should have done fine.
yeah,
If you're somebody that, oh, I'm just gonna make the deck on the fly the day of or day before, then it might not work out so good.
sure, sure. And
But
I know you definitely
I'm all,
put the practice in beforehand and tried these cards, but it's still
yeah.
I'd say the hardest part was just making sure that you did the pre-orders correctly to get these cards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, well, cool. I think that's about the end of the interview. Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Just a shout out to my boy Brian Russo
Mm-hmm.
for making the San Diego DBS chat and Facebook page.
Yeah.
Shout outs to my main playtesters, George Voda, Alex Keever, an honorable mention, my boy Joshua Harris,
Mm-hmm.
and
And dishonorable
yeah,
mention to Eric
just
for
thanks for doing
losing twice, right?
get out of here, Eric. Nah, yeah, no more mentions for Eric.
Yeah. Okay.
And last shout out to again Anthony Alvarez with his cool Shenron on Spirit Bomb deck.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me. Congrats again on your placement, and we'll catch you all next time.
All right, thank you. See you.